I ran an event recently and the feedback I got was, this feels like family. Who goes to an event and then gives feedback like that? Unbelievable. The day I'm talking about is our Go-Getter Day, and it was a beautiful room filled with 65 women in business. Now, I never meant to start out and it's an events business. In fact, we're not an events business, she says, even though she runs 15 events a year. And I was talking to one of my good friends about this, Nicole Vine, personal stylist. I was saying, everyone wants me to keep doing events. We're not an events business. She reminded me 8 years ago that I ran an event when I was brand new into business called Lunch with the Queen, and that I invited 10 women along, and that was an event. So thanks, Nick. Thank you for that. Yes, I realised that maybe we are now an events company. Look, running events, people will tell you they are freaking hard work. And at Emma McQueen, we are so blessed and privileged to have people who help us source the venue, talk to the venue, organise the accommodation. We had Serena come over and play with us at this event, and Serena has worked with me for 7 years and she has never been to a Go-Getters event. So it was lovely to have her in the room. We also had a crew. So we had Andrea, Jan and Serena. They did the setup. The setup is massive. We have all these collateral that we give. And when you go to a networking event, I don't know about you, but I don't like business cards. I've never owned a business card in 9 years of business. But what we do is we make up this beautiful placemat with everyone's faces on it and a QR code so that after the event, they can keep connected to each other. I'm scared to know how long that takes because it's actually not my problem. I'm the vision maker, and then Serena has to make it happen. And there was one spelling error on it. And also I had to pay my daughter while I was COVID-ridden to check all the QR codes. Anyway, attention to detail in our events, and it's absolutely worth it. But it is not for the faint-hearted. These events bring together the women that are in the Thriving Women community, but we have people fly in from all over Australia, which is freaking incredible, really, in this day and age, that people will come for a one-day event. The day before, we always do dinner, so anyone can come to dinner. And these dinners are normally 10 people or so, just 6 to 8 because I'm a nana and I need to prepare for the next day. But this one, we had 20 women there. That was a third of the room just at dinner. You know what that means? That means people want community. That means people want connection. So even though they were coming to the day, they came out to the dinner, which was amazing. Now, if that was me, I would also. I hate walking into a cold room. In fact, I was doing a sales pitch for a very large business back in 2020, and all I could do was meet them on Zoom because we know what was happening in 2020. And so I sent them a hello video, 27 corporate people, a hello video, so I didn't rock up on the call and it feel cold, so they felt like they already knew me. So we know that building a community with intentionality, as I've talked about on the podcast, is absolutely worthwhile, as is the attention to detail, right? You want to be finicky about the attention to detail. So we set this room up. It's got placemats and it's got the go-getter paraphernalia. Everyone gets a book. Everyone is seated strategically. We make sure that we go, okay, there's 6 people to a table. Who needs to meet who? How is that going to work? What does that actually look like? And Steph LaCure is our amazing events coordinator from Carter & Co. She deals with all the hotel stuff. I walk in at the start of the day, check tech, make sure everything is running smoothly, and then I walk out again so that I'm not in the way because I need to be on. And for me to be on, I have to get into a really good headspace. And so we make sure that there's time and space in the diary so that I can turn up as my very best and serve the audience as best we can. And the feedback we get is incredible. We had one woman stand up and said, I was a shopkeeper a year ago, and because of working with Emma and the Thriving Women community and Go-Getters Day, I feel like a proper business owner now. Aww. Those are the type of things that happen on Go-Getter Day. So that's all the setup. There's a lot to it, right? You feel like you have to sell tickets. I sometimes feel like I have to hustle, but then everyone tells me it's amazing. And there's some magic in the room, but the magic is created by the people in the room. I create the space and definitely the safe space for people to have vulnerable conversations, but the magic is the people in the room. Go Get a Day itself, in the first instance, we do a little reflection on the last 90 days. Are you happy with the effort you put in? How did you go? What does your energy look like? What's your mindset like? Do you have the support? Just a little reflection piece. And then they have 2 hours to work on something in their business. Most people choose something they've been procrastinating on, or they just haven't got around to it. So that could be a marketing plan, a BD plan, a website build, a landing page build, all the things. 2 hours to get that done. At the same time that is happening, we have something called the Queen's Council. Now, for the last 5 years, that's just been little old me doing 15-minute coaching with people who really need it. This Go Get a Day, we expanded the Queen's Council to 5 people, which was incredible. We had a social media expert, we had me, we had a virtual assistant expert, we had a meta ads expert, and my favorite, we had a Booby expert. I know it's so random to have a Booby person at an event like that, but Tracy Rudich is the OG of Intimo. She's been in Intimo for 30 years. She brought along a capsule wardrobe. She had 15-minute consults. Ladies, I didn't think Tracy would be very busy. She was booked solid. People want to get their boobs sorted. It really stunned me. And she was so thankful. And I was so privileged to be able to put her on the stage and go, this is Tracy. She'll fix your boobs. I mean, obviously, it's not just about the boobs, right? It's about feeling confident and having the foundations and all the things. So it really worked in. But everyone loved that. And so we do 2 hours of that in the morning, and that's heavy lifting. That's like you've got to get your head into the space. We have some quiet tables set up. So if everyone's annoying you at the table, you just move away and you've got permission to do that. Put your headphones on and get your stuff done. And then we have a networking lunch. Now, when you run a community, you have to tell them things so that they have permission to do the things. So at lunch, classic example, I said, we're going to lunch now. We're going for an hour. We're going to leave the room, leave your stuff here, all the things. You are not to have lunch with anyone at your table. And they're all like, ooh, because obviously they'd made plans. And I'm like, no. We are here to network. You need to find someone that you haven't spoken to before and go and have lunch with them. And do you know what, ladies? They did it because, I'm bossy. But that's okay. So we did a networking lunch. It was an hour. It was incredible, and so many good connections were made. Then we come back in the afternoon and I think this is people's most favorite piece of the day. We do hot seats at the tables, which mean each person gets 10 minutes to talk about their opportunity or their challenge or whatever they've got going on, and they can get feedback from the rest of the table. So how I preface that is no hogs. Don't just talk for 10 minutes because then you're not going to get any gold out of anyone. So give some context for 2 or 3 minutes and then let everyone else give you the gold and the magic. Oh my goodness, the room was very noisy and lots of laughs, but also genuine women wanting to be generous to other women at the table because they showed up with vulnerability. Yeah. Yes, there's tears, always tears. I'm up for tears. You just pass a tissue and you get on with it, right? So we do that. And then the final piece of the day is, I don't like to call it this, but everyone does call it this. They call it a pitch. As women in business, 1, we don't like talking about money. 2, we don't like talking about ourselves. 3, we normally don't like talking about our offers. But what do we need to do to make sales? Oh, we need to do all those things. So I just give them a little framework. It's 3 sentences. I give them a framework and I ask them just to jot it down. And then at the end of the day, this takes about 45 minutes. At the end of the day, anyone who wants to can stand up, grab the mic and talk about who they are, what they do, and how much it costs to work with them. Now, the amazing thing about this is the people that stand up and do that, they get 4 or 5 inquiries just from that. Just from being brave and standing up. Now, I've also got a rule in that moment because I know from past experience that when you clap each person, it takes away precious minutes. So I have to stand there. If you're watching me on YouTube, you'll see this, but I have to stand there and basically hold my boobs so that I don't clap. And then when one person has finished, I have to yell to the rest of the room, no clapping, no clapping. Anyway, again, bossy. But what we know is that when you can practice your pitch, when you can practice saying who you are, the tongue has this amazing memory and you can keep doing it and keep doing it. And so people love go-getters for all of those reasons. But if I was to wrap it up and put it into a nice little bow, it's absolutely about connection and community.
I was lucky enough to win a ticket to my first Go Getters Day. And I was so blown away. I sat down at the table. I asked questions of the people that were on my table during the hot seat. I worked on my business all day and got so much done. The welcoming environment of Go Getters Day was amazing. Met so many people on that first day and had so much fun, as well as got a lot done. So I don't know how Emma packs all of that into one day, but 100% get so much done and so much out of it. When you go in with an open mind, you've got some questions ready, just be ready for people to be open to your ideas, your questions, and they will all help you out. Amazing days to go to and definitely get a lot done.
Yes, you get your shiz done because, you know, Miss Practical, I want to get some stuff done too. And yes, you get your questions answered. But 5 people on Queen's Council that you can choose from, 15 minutes with me for coaching, like, where can you go as a woman in business to get that kind of security, safety, and also get stuff done? Anyway, the feedback we have had from Go Getters Day is incredible. And people often say to me, what's involved in Go Getters Day? I just hear it's magical. I'm like, oh, I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, we run them 3 times a year here in Melbourne for 2025. 2026, we might be coming to another state near you. Just saying. And we have decided to cap the numbers at 70. So we had 65 women in the room, and I really was like, maybe we should go to 100. But now I'm like, do you know what? The intimacy of 65 is lovely. I can get around and talk to everyone because I don't want to be a talking head up the front, but I can get around and talk to everyone at 65 or 70. And I have to mention the last thing, which everyone complains about if they go to an event where this is not good. The food. Oh my goodness, the amount of commentary. If the food is not good at an event, wow, do we hear about it. Food and car parking. I don't know. It grates on everyone's nerves. So we make sure that we choose a event space where the food is top notch and that people feel like they have to roll out of the room. Anyway, so that is Go Getters Day. I love Go Getters Day because I get to hug people. And if you're not a hugger, you just have to tell us because you just get hugs anyway. So there's that as well. We love events like this. We love bringing community together. And I know that the relationships formed on Go Getters Day go for many, many years. And I also have people, serial go-getters, who keep coming back. I think a couple of ladies have been to their 9th or 10th go-getters, and they set it in the diary because they know 2 hours uninterrupted on their business 3 times a year just pays off. One of the questions I get from people is go-getters for me? Like, I'm making this much money. Is it going to be worth it for me? Oh my goodness. We have people in the room who are brand new into business, and we have people in the room who have $10 million businesses. Because you know what doesn't change? Community doesn't change. Doesn't matter what the revenue generation level is. You just need to be open to conversations with different people. We didn't start out to be an events company. We just kind of fell into it by accident. But it is one of the most fulfilling things for me personally because I get to meet and greet and go belly to belly with people, which is one of my favorite things to do. Now, if you think, oh, this go-getter sounds too good to be true, it might be. Just stalk us. And if you want to come along, September 4 is our next one and our last one for the year. And September 4 is also when we release the next level of Thriving Women for 2026. So it's an exciting one.